Tuesday night. You know what that means. Welcome to the Overland Radio Show. And we got a special guest tonight. Her name's Ashley. Oh, wait, no, that's not her. That's not our special guest. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sorry about that. For all of you that thought it was going to be something great, it's just Ashley. That's all it is. Anyway, she's in the background already because it's already started. She knew it was going to happen. It's, just one of those kind of things. But welcome to the show. As usual, thank you to our sponsors, Overland Attic, Rugged Bound, Midland, USA, for helping us bring all this to you. Got a bunch of cool things to talk about. I'll bring Ashley on in a minute. She and I'll have a little bit of back and forth where I usually pick on her and haze her, and she just has to take it, obviously. And then Jeff, her husband, he's in the background at the house, and he's feeding me the information so that I have more stuff to, pick on Ashley and haze her, right? That's how this works. So Jeff and I team up on her, and then later we both somehow or another end up paying for it dearly. It just happens that way. But anyhow, we also have a special guest tonight. We do have a special guest. Nicholas from New Mexico Expedition is going to join us tonight and tell us some pretty cool secrets about New Mexico. It's one of those states where, I've been to it quite a bit, but I don't even think I've scratched the surface because I normally head into just a few areas, but there's a lot more to be seen and done. And so Nicholas is going to share some updates with us on the New Mexico Expedition, his group, and some things around the state. So that ought to be fun to do. But anyway, let me bring Ashley in real quick, and let's let it begin.
Hey, everyone. First of all, Lee, I am always special. I am always a special guest. You should know this by now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm teasing.
Just saying, it's always a good time having me on the show. Last time we spent a lot of time harassing me about my height.
Well, I know it's because you qualify as a midget.
I do not qualify as a little person.
No, you qualified as a midget. You're 5 foot what?
I'm 5'1.5".
So does that make you a teacup or a midget?
Oh my God, let's talk about teacup. I saw a meme. Sorry, squirrel.
You sent it to me. That's why I said that.
Yes. Oh God. So those who haven't seen it, it says that your pronouns are, I'm a little teapot. And so then I was trying to teach it to Emma. And then I started singing the song and she walked away from me like I was an embarrassment. It was terrible.
You kind of are.
I don't care.
Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, we did. We harassed Ashley last week. It's a pretty good episode. You should go take a listen to it. It's on YouTube, Facebook. You can listen to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the whole normal thing. But yeah, we did kind of give Ashley a little bit of a bunch of crap about her height.
But and multiple other things.
That just makes Ashley who she is. And of course, Jeff, he feeds those things to me. So, he's in the background just pumping information to me so that I have, see, it's very accurate.
I'm always ganged up on, but he is screwed because he lives with me. So I get to get him back all the time.
This is true. Jeff, I do have room. If you need room at my house, you're always welcome to come to my house as a safe haven and a refuge if you need it.
If he doesn't get the cricket done soon, he's going to
I was going to say, yeah, I'd tell him to go get the cricket, but it's not done.
No, it's still not done. He does have the new build placed as of tonight. It is placed, but that's it.
Good. That's good. So what's new in the world of Ashley and her family? Anything? You're not going to camp this weekend. This is the 4th weekend of the Polar Bear Camp Out.
Right.
I have made it to 2 of the 4 so far. Yep. I do plan on being there at this one this weekend. It is being held at Big Brutus up in Kansas. Is it Mineral Wells? Did I say that right?
I thought it was Mineral West. Maybe it is
either
Wells.
Way.
Yes, Big Brutus is awesome. Big Brutus is amazing. You Google Big Brutus and you're going to see the big giant piece of equipment. But I'm sad we're going to be missing it. I was hoping we were going to make it, but we leave here before long to go to Big Bend National Park. So
you gonna have a camper ready to go to Big Bend, or is
oh
this
God, I hope so. If not, I mean, I've already told people that we're going with that I'm going to be sleeping in their campers if ours is not fixed.
Well, I'm sure that's going to go over like a fart in church, but okay.
Actually, the boys were totally fine with it. They said the girls can sleep in one of the other ones, and the boys can sleep in a different one. They were going to refer to theirs as the cockpit. So
wait, you're going to have one camper that's going to be full of estrogen that reeks of estrogen, and you're going to have one that reeks of gassy farts. I'm not even going to say testosterone. I'm just going to say gassy farts.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's one way to do it. So we'll know who dies in their sleep. It's going to be the guys because they're going to gas each other to death, obviously. But yeah,
that's right. I mean,
that's a plan. You got a plan, and that's a backup plan. If you don't get the cricket ready, you got a plan, right?
I'm sleeping with the girls. We're taking over one cricket, and that's just all it is. We will have a blast with us and Emma. So
you realize that my AI is going to pick up on that as a quote, and it's going to timestamp the quote that says, "I'm sleeping with the girls."
You know what? It is what
and
it
then
is. We have a great time.
We're going to post that with a caption of OnlyFans.
You know what? You just never know. We have a good time. Last time we were all together, we wore onesies.
Look, make some money and buy another trailer that Jeff doesn't have to tear apart.
No, if he does anything to this after this is done, I'll end up on the first 48. It's just bad.
Oh, that's scary. Well, all right then. It is West Mineral, Kansas. That's and I couldn't remember how it was said, but whatever. Levi's in the house. Hey, Levi, Mr. Rhino
Levi?
Rack. That's his. I think that's what we should call him now, Mr. Rhino Rack.
Mr. Rhino Rack.
Look forward to seeing him at More Expo next month because we are in the month of March. So next month is More Expo, right?
It's hard to believe it's coming up that quickly.
I know. I'm pretty excited about it. So, yeah. And look who else is in the house.
Mike's in the house. And Jennifer, she's threatening Jeff that he better get the cricket done too. So we're camping with her. She's one of the girls I'm going to be camping with in their cricket. I'm not saying that line again because you already gave me crap.
Yeah. Levi says he misses Michael. So for those of you who don't know, Michael and I did the show together before he moved to Alaska and abandoned me basically. And so I'm still suffering. I have to go to therapy because
now you have me.
That's why I go to therapy really. But anyway,
you get me. You're welcome.
Oh, Levi says it's Max Tracks too, not just Rhino Rack. But I don't even own a set of Max Tracks. Can you believe that?
I at least own a pair. Mine are teal. They don't go with the Pathfinder now, but that's okay. Jeff needs a pair of Max Tracks.
Do you even know how to use them?
Yes, I know how to use them.
Okay, I'm just asking for a friend. No, don't get.
We talked about my inability to work a chainsaw last time.
No,
I do know how to work Max Tracks.
A high lift was what we talked about.
That's what started it. But I also said I do perfectly fine with power tools minus the chainsaw. That did not go well in Arizona.
Yeah, probably a safe bet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay, good. You're going to go to Big Bend. That's awesome. Yes. You're doing the spring break thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know what we're doing. I don't think we're doing anything. Wait, I take that back. I might be in Red River, New Mexico, actually. Come to think of it now.
We went there a few years ago.
So I'm actually looking from Nicholas, our guest tonight, that we need to bring on here in a minute.
I'm actually looking forward to talking one time, and it was in November, so it was right after snow, and we hit a curve and landed. I stopped on ice, and then couldn't get off of it for a little bit. Made Jeff drive because that was just bad.
Michael Gonzalez is in the house.
Going to Disney for spring break.
I don't even know what to say. There's no way I'd go to Disney.
Is he talking Disney off-road or is he talking Disney World, Disneyland?
If he's talking Disney World or Disneyland, I'm out. But if he's talking Disney Oklahoma, it is Disney World.
It's Disney World. Oh, I went. Yeah. I went last year in June, the end of May, beginning of June. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Katrina from says wonderful times here in New Mexico.
Awesome.
I'm going to say tonight when we have Nicholas on here in a minute that New Mexico is a pretty underrated state. I think a lot of people spend a lot of time just going right through it on the interstates to get to the one that's on the other side, and the one north of them. They sure as hell ain't coming to this one to the east very often because they're worse out in the panhandle. But so I'm looking forward to hearing some, Nicholas give some of his secrets, about what's going on. So let's see. I'm going drinking around the world, y'all.
Jeff didn't make that one. He got like halfway around the world when we went.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Just stay away from the candy kitchen.
Oh, in New Mexico. Oh my God. Nicholas, if you know anything about that,
he'll have to tell us about that. Yeah. Let's see. It says New Mexico is the best state if you avoid major cities.
Yeah, stay out of Albuquerque.
I've passed through Albuquerque just dozens of times. And it's never been a big deal. I think one time I had a little bit of a traffic, it was a traffic jam, but for the most part, man, I just blasted right through and was gone. So
I want to say it was Albuquerque where they stole one of my shackles off the front bumper.
Did they really, or did you just not tighten it up and lose it?
No, it was gone.
Let's be honest.
It was gone.
Why would they just take one?
Because I couldn't get the other one off in time before we came out of Starbucks.
Well, that was your first mistake. You should have never went to Starbucks.
Look,
anyway,
to drive me through, we need a coffee.
Yeah, you got to stay awake, right?
Yes.
Who drives most of the time when y'all do that? You or Jeff?
Me.
It's a wonder he ain't on like Valium or something. Are you towing a trailer?
The last few times, yeah.
And you were driving?
Yeah.
Did you have your booster seat in there so you could see on the steering wheel?
I don't need a booster seat. I just scoot the seat up. I just scoot the seat up.
I saw your booster seat because it had the little mini cup holder where you could put your juice box in there.
You know what? You're just jealous then.
Of what?
Of all of my gadgets in order for me to drive.
Including the booster seat? No.
It is what it is. Okay, I do have to sit really, really close to the steering wheel. It's kind of scary.
Tell Michael Gonzalez good night. He's got to go. He can't stay at Wiz. Thanks for jumping in, buddy.
See you next time, Mike.
All right, let's get the band in here. What do you say? We'll have a chat with him.
Yes, I got to talk about Candy Kitchen and Red River.
All right, let's do it. Let's bring him in. Then I'm going to readjust the windows and we'll make him big.
Okay.
Oops.
No, Lee makes himself big. You know how he makes him the center of attention. Yay!
What's up,
buddy,
guys?
How are you?
Good.
So
I'm sure we're live right now, right? I'm just kidding. So we're live right now, right?
Yeah. So whatever you say goes. Remember that.
Yeah.
Apparently, talking about sleeping arrangements is going to come back and bite me later.
So Michael Hayden, my old buddy that left me, wants to know: do you have one of those hand throttles? Since you have the booster seat in your.
The Pathfinder's got the shifters on the steering wheel.
Okay, well that's not the throttles.
I'm just saying, I got the little paddle shifters. It's fun.
Sean says NME is the best organization in New Mexico.
That's fantastic.
Chris, Nick. Listen, hey, for those of you listening that are on Team Nick, here's what I need you to do. I need you to send me on Overland Radio in Messenger, or you can just post in the chat one of the funniest things that you've experienced with him out on the trail. Tell us his darkest secrets. Like, what
dirty.
is he afraid of?
No,
here it comes, right?
Perfect.
So here's what I need you guys to do. So if you're listening in and you're on Team Nick, then I need you to send me something that we can. Well, let's just flat out embarrass him tonight. You want to and have some fun?
Just do it. Do it up.
Your turn, not mine. I'm so excited about
this. Send me something that he's done out on the trail. I don't need pictures because if there's pictures, then there's too much evidence. Like if he's copping a squat or something, don't send that to him. We don't need it.
I'm the one with the drone, so I have all the deets, right?
Oh, you got all the deets. There you go.
Worry.
There you go.
Someone's gonna tell on you before tonight's over. So
I know, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Chris says we put him on the spot and he has to think. Come on, it can't be that
Yep.
hard, Chris. I bet you got some dirt on him. So listen, hey Nick, it's been a long time since you've been on the show. And we're glad to have you. Tell us what's been going on in your world. I mean, how, I've watched you evolve from off at a distance, but tell us what's going on.
Well, we're still going hardcore in the overlanding world. Out here in New Mexico, it's nonstop camping, and now we're trying to change our focus to the treasure hunting aspect and figuring out, having a meaning for camping and going out, having a destination, finding these awesome spots. Since there's so much like history and outlaw stuff out here in New Mexico, we want to go and find and camp on those locations and have a story to our adventures.
Nice.
I like it.
What yeah, see, Michael's like me. The last time we talked about treasures with you and your dad, how y'all, were doing the treasure hunting. I remember all of that. So give us an example, man. Give us something that, you and your team, your guys are all doing.
Well, this weekend we have, so you guys know my dad has been on History Channel doing some treasure hunting stuff. With that expanded our connections to people, right? People message me and my father all the time about these treasure stories, and they want us to figure it out and help them, see if we have the knowledge, right, to find it. So this weekend, there's some guys coming from Arizona down to New Mexico to TRC to help work, I believe, on Conquistador treasure. This guy is named Gerald Jepson, and he found a bust of a Conquistador priest, and he wants to come back. I think it's been like maybe 5 to 8 years. I'm guessing, I can't remember. Since he's been back, and we're going to take him out there and we're going to help supply him with equipment, and we'll probably bring a full camping rig set up and all that stuff. So we could be out there camping this weekend, and he's going to show us this stuff. Nice. He says there's a body, like a skeleton that was there found next to this bust of this priest. I'm kind of curious. Teeth don't decay, right, throughout the years. So we might find something if it's a true story. So you never know on treasure stories like that if they're true or not.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So, wow, man, that must get you pretty excited, though, to know that, you might be facing something really, really wild like that.
Yeah. Over the years, I've grown not to get excited. My dad was always hyping me up when I was smaller, right? So I've grown out of it. Let's just go and see if we find something. If we don't, I won't get hurt,
What's like the craziest thing you found on your treasure hunts?
Nothing I could say on here.
Now you're just teasing. That's just rude.
Well, I mean, technically it's the internet. I mean.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. If you know what Dury bars are, that's, you could Google it later, but okay. They're precious material, and they're about shaped like this. It's kind of weird with like the king's markings on them from Conquistador. We found those out here on the, I guess, south of Cuba area. So yeah.
Somebody Google that and throw it in the comments real quick, because I don't have time to. But I mean, no.
Conquistador Dury bar.
All right. Well, there you have it. Somebody throw it in the comments. And I'm waiting on somebody to share some dirt on Nicholas too, by the way. So,
well, we'll see. I don't know.
You may have already paid everybody off just not to say anything.
Well, out here in New Mexico, we hold our own,
There you go. There you go. So, all right. So the question was, what's the deal with the helmet?
Yeah, my husband wants to know what's the deal with the helmet.
Yep.
That's just showing my personality.
Just extreme.
That's nighttime. That's nighttime.
Okay, so I am very extreme on anything I do. Back in the day, I had a company called Gunworks, maybe 15, 16 years ago. And I was machining Glock slides and, any kind of slide, any kind of gunsmithing, just machining anything I can. And I got in the tactical world, doing that. And over the years, you gain tactical equipment. That's just stayed with me. And basically, overlanding, if you think about it, we're all kind of survivalists, right? We all go out because we want to live off grid and just be out in the woods away from people. And you want to survive out there for even if it's just a weekend, you want to survive out there, right? So, I'm kind of bringing tactical to overlanding here for me, basically. So that's basically what it is.
Okay.
I dig it. Got a little night vision going on.
Yeah, you gotta have some PVS 31s, all that good stuff. So.
Nice.
I bet you can be an interesting character to go camping with all of that.
Check this out. Chris says, I haven't been paid yet, but also haven't gotten out enough to have any embarrassing stories.
Nobody's willing to give up any dirt.
Sean says, sorry, no dirt on a brother.
Nothing.
Come on.
Somebody's got some dirt.
There's people out there, but who knows?
Dirty bar, a Xanax pill that is not clean, usually covered in belly button lint. Yo, Andrew got blacked out for the dirty bar last night. I heard those. Oh my God. Well, all right, Michael.
Okay.
Dessert.
No.
Oh, geez.
Well, out here, it's still the Wild West in New Mexico, basically. You ain't going to find any other state where you could get super remote and be out in the middle of nowhere like that, other than like Utah and stuff like that. But still, it's very, very locked down. Out here, you could go down any road you want. It's amazing out here, and you'll meet some ranchers, you'll meet some bad people out there. Trust me, we've had people roll up on camp at like 3 a.m. Who knows if they're like on drugs or whatever, but it's always a weird moment when you're just crashed out and then got headlights on your tent,
Yeah.
But out here is still the Wild West, and it is still fun to just get out and away from people out here for sure.
Yeah. Which part of the state's your favorite? Now you're up northwest of Santa Fe, aren't you?
No, I'm in Rio Rancho, right north of Albuquerque.
Okay, that's what it is, north Albuquerque.
We're in the middle of the state, basically. So it depends on the weather, right? So if like right now it's kind of cold, we like to go down south, desert camping, and then you could push up into the Gila, like we did it in our last YouTube video. It's still cold outside, still freezing a little bit, but you gotta love winter camping if you're an avid overlander and really go out and do it, right? But north, I would say, is the funnest, just because you're in the mountains. It's kind of like Colorado, and you can still go down any road you want up north. I would say north. Even the Gila area is pretty nice, but it's kind of getting locked down just because more people are buying land out that way.
Really?
I'd say Red River, I think, is probably Red River Taos area is probably my favorite area that we've been to. Now, my mother-in-law has like a summer home somewhere in New Mexico. Maybe Jeff will remember. But it's pretty remote. But she's got gorgeous mountain range, like right along the edge of it.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really, really pretty to go.
She an Angel Fire?
She's not an Angel Fire, no. I can't remember where it is, but it's close to that ice cave and volcano that I was telling you about. It's not that far from there.
Got it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, the thing about New Mexico, it's the old ghost towns, man. Like any small town you go through, there's going to be a saloon. Hit it up. Talk to the old people, even the bartender. You'll have some interesting stories when you come out there. Buy them a drink. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Out here in New Mexico, if you go down a road and always carry a 6-pack of like some Coors Light or something, because you're going to, say you come across a rancher and, hey, can I go camp on your land over here? Or just passing through, And if he says yes, just give him that 12-pack or 6-pack, and you guys will be best buds. It's the good old boy system out here.
So
not in Candy Kitchen. I don't know if you know what that is or where it is, but not there.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. So, I can't wait to hear this one. It's gonna be good. I know it is. Yeah, Michael says his camp spot is at 12,000 feet. So Michael's got a picture. We did the Enchanted Rockies, like a lot of people do, the trail, and we get to a camp. I don't know. This is like maybe our third night, I think, on the trail, and we park right on this edge of this, and we're like 11,000, close to 12,000 feet, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. And you could just see right. I mean, it's just, there's no trees. It just goes right over this long, big ledge, and you can look way out in the distance. It's just a gorgeous view. And Michael sets up his porta crapper out there and drops trowel and sits on the side of the mountain and does his business and just absorbs the fresh air and, the whole 9 yards. I guess if there is fresh air, I mean, in his case, but, and so he takes a picture and, of the toilet thing sitting there on the side of the mountain. And he's like, I own this place now.
That does not surprise me that he'd do that.
Yeah. But, if you've ever watched, I have a friend of mine, Chad from Living the Van Life. And if you've ever watched his channel, this guy takes a Sprinter van and wheels it harder than probably 50% of the people who have super capable vehicles. I mean, I've just never seen anybody wheel especially a van like he does. But he's done he's from New Mexico, and I didn't know this, or lived in it, was raised there or something. But anyway, he came back and he's done a couple of videos down in New Mexico, and his thing is cinematography. And so, Nicholas, I don't know if you know who he is or if you've seen him, but you got to go look up Living the Van Life and look at some of his New Mexico ones, because they're just, it's breathtaking. He went to a mine or something out there too.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. I hear most of the mines are open, so you got to be careful if you're like in a known gold or silver mining area. There was a bill passed, a long time ago to close up these mines, but it's basically for the bigger mines. But there's mines everywhere. Yeah, got to be careful with that.
Jeff says his Ashley's his wife,
his mom,
Ashley's husband, Jeff. Sorry, is saying his mom lives in Rama, New Mexico.
We call it Rama.
Rama.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. You sure it's Rama?
I
can't see it. My phone's far.
Yeah. Ramah.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. All right. I never heard of it. Must be a tiny. What is it?
Tiny little town.
Northwest New Mexico area, or
probably.
Where? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this year, so you guys know Butch Cassidy came down through New Mexico after they robbed the Wilcox robbery. So, and we have a New Mexico but outlaw named Blackjack Ketchum. He rode with the Wild Bunch back in the day. So this year, we're going to go to some of his these known outlaw locations up north along the Colorado border. And we're going to go Cimarron. They had a shootout there, and then Folsom, New Mexico. We'll go there where they robbed some of the trains, and Blackjack Ketchum got his arm shot off, and we'll go to those locations, and we're going to go check out all these cool outlaw locations and try and camp on location and to see, experience what they experienced, kind of, since they are in remote areas.
Damn, that's a lot to do. Michael said, awesome, Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid. Yeah, Billy the Kid is a good one. But I think it's kind of played out here in New Mexico just because it's everywhere, right? You could just go and drive. I've done it many times. You go and drive up. You can't camp anywhere at these locations because they're very, I guess, touristy now. But yeah, it's Lincoln County War. All that is awesome to even just go and experience. And I think a couple years ago, I went down to Billy the Kid's grave.
You still
and I placed a bullet on his grave and all that good stuff. But yeah, down south there's a lot of history for sure.
Joey says that I guess Rama is just south of Gallup.
Gallup. Oh, okay. Yeah, never been there. So it's kind of near the Reds down over there.
Yes, I know it's close to the Reds. We've only been through there once.
Bandera Volcano and whatever the other place is. I'm too damn white to say those words.
We've been there once, but that was after the candy. We hit Candy Kitchen instead, which Katrina commented about.
Okay, tell us about it.
Candy Kitchen. I never heard of this place.
Oh, don't go. It's terrible.
Tell us.
So when we were trying to go see his mom, cutting through, we were going to go to the Grand Canyon after visiting her. Jeff plugged in the address on the GPS, didn't pay attention to the zip code, and we ended up in Candy Kitchen that has the exact same address. Only difference is the zip. And there is nothing there. It's horrible. There was some guy stealing gravel on the side of the road. There was no cell service. It was just very, very eerie. Unnatural feeling. There's a weird wolf rescue that they just look like they've just put dogs in kennels, but they're calling them wolves. I don't recommend it.
What part of the state was this in?
I don't know. I just drove and wanted to get the hell out of there. We couldn't get cell service. Literally, we're driving up and down this one road, back and forth, and my sunscreen's stop in the back seat, and I'm locking up the brakes because we have one bar to get a text message out.
Oh wow!
To try and figure out where we were. It was just not fun, and it was on our way trying to get there. See, this is why I drive. Jeff's navigation skills are terrible.
Oh yeah,
I thought you were going to tell us that Candy Kitchen was like some restaurant place or something.
That's what we thought. No, this is where you go when you get murdered. It was terrible.
Once again, Ashley, you've disappointed me.
Well,
I'm sorry. You're welcome.
In Old Town, there used to be Old Town, New Mexico. There used to be the Candy Lady, and if you go upstairs, we had some awesome candies.
This is where you don't take candy from strangers, people. Okay, don't do it.
Michael
wants to know if you've ever done the balloon festival there in Albuquerque.
Yes, I helped out maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 2 years. I helped put some balloons, a balloon up for a buddy of mine, and we at the very, you put the balloon up, you're doing all this work, and then he's like, "Who's getting in?" So you jump in right away, right? And it's kind of scary because it's just carabiners holding you to the gondola, and you have no control. And I'm not driving, so it's like, I don't know, man. But I haven't done it.
Pretty to look at. Yeah, I think they're really pretty to look at, but
there's no control. You're letting whoever take the word.
Michael's even like, nope. I'm with Michael, man. Nope.
I'd do it. I'd want to do it at least once.
It's 4 carabiners holding the basket to the gondola, and that's it.
Brian just showed up in the house. Hey, Brian, glad to have you on in the chat. Awesome. Man, I hope I get to see you at more. It's been a while, so hope you and the family are doing well, man. He seems like he's like disappeared on us here lately. So.
You know what? I need to go to more. You guys talk about it a lot. It's not even that far from where I'm at. A couple days, a day of driving basically. But yeah, that maybe next year, or if you're going to have one later on this year, we could think about it. But probably next year, we'll go.
Hey, you should definitely come check it out. It's a lot of fun.
No mountains over there, huh?
Katrina says that
we can always go to Arkansas.
Yeah, that's where you need to go, Will. Katrina says Candy Kitchen's off 125 through the Navajo Nation towards the west.
I'm not crazy.
Oh, see,
I'm not crazy. It was terrifying.
Yeah, Brian, if you make it to more, Brian, that'd be awesome. Love to see you. Chris says, as far as the balloons go at the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, he says the only thing I do each year is watch the buzz the house land in my backyard, screw flying in one.
I'd want to go up at least once.
Yeah.
Just once to try it.
Here's our buddy Jennifer. She's in the house. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, if you come to Moore, I mean, you know, Moore Expo is one of those things, Nick, that it's so much different than any of the other events that go on in the country. Mm-hmm. The on-site camping now that our friend Cindy from Northology, since she's taking it over, and well, actually, she kind of really spearheaded the whole thing. It's just fantastic. There's tons of vendors, and it's a 2-day event, so you have Sunday to drive back. So it's Friday and Saturday, not a 3-day event or anything like that. Yeah. But then you got the Ozarks just south of you, which you can go wheel those, and it's a lot different than what you're accustomed to in New Mexico. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we just got dry desert mountains. You know, you've been to Colorado. It's basically Colorado. But over there, I'd be curious to go check it out. And
it's full of water crossings, full of rocks, and
you've seen me. Oh, I don't care about the rig. We'll go through it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Are you still wheeling the? What year is that Toyota you got?
Yeah, 93.
93. That's it. I knew it was 90 something, but
it has the 3/4 swap in it. Still, we're about to redo the rear end or the bed, the camping setup. We're going to do a flatbed canopy on there, and put a 23-0 clamshell on the top. And yeah, I'm going to be custom making that pretty soon here. I'm already outgrown my camping setup already.
So I noticed something the other day that you have partnered up with a very good, close, near and dear friend of mine.
Who?
Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
From Geyser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan, he's a great dude. Super nice guy. I'm going to see him at more as well, and I'll probably see him around some other ones, but just super nice guy. How do you like the Geyser?
Oh, dude, we love it. We got rid of our bulky shower unit that we had on the back of the truck, and it's so nice, So
do you have the heated one, or do you just boil the water and put it in there?
Heated one, man. What are you talking about?
You just took my question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. No, you're not.
You just got jump in here. Do you have one, Ashley?
No, I need one.
Oh,
I need one, especially since Cricket's broken.
Yeah.
You're going to need one. My wife definitely, if we're on a 5-day trip, if it's not cold outside, take a shower for sure. And if we're not next to water, or a hot spring, definitely, Utah, jump in a river or something. If there's nothing, shower is needed. You start feeling a little ripe, Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you got the different color sponges that you can use, a his, a hers, and you have one for dishes. That's what we do. We have the his, the hers, and the dishes.
Yeah.
And I dry them out and then put them in those silicone resealable, basically like a Ziploc bag, but it's made out of silicone, and you can just wash it. So I dry the sponge and then put it in the Ziploc bag, so everybody has their own. You just stack them right next to each other, So you have one for the kid, one for the dishes, one for the wife, one for me, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And that's how I keep them.
That's a great way to store them for sure after use for sure.
Those silicone, they're called stashers, and they're not
stashers.
Cheap. Yeah, it's a silicone Ziploc bag, real thick. You could even boil water in them, but
Oh wow.
but they're not cheap. But I mean, I bought all the ones we have. I bought 5 years
Off
ago.
of Amazon?
Yeah, we're still using them. So tell us the story. Tell Ashley and I how you came to get the geyser. I'm curious. I love the product, so that's why I'm asking.
Water. Just taking the water, with you if, hey, we're going to desert camp, we don't carry too much water right now on us since there's water basically everywhere we go. We plan our routes, for that. We have 2 dogs, so we definitely have to consider, where we're going. If we're going to desert camp, okay, we have no water this camp. We'll have to refill at our next camp, blah, blah, blah. But that's the only reason. Weight and the water use, definitely.
Yeah. So here's something for you. If when you're out camping, like especially like where you're at, and you're talking about water conservation, the Guzzle H2O is one of my favorite things for refilling water. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of that. We have, I think it's MSR filtration system that we use.
So
I can't remember the product name, but
some super great people I know.
If you come to more, you'll meet them.
Yeah, I think they might actually be there. Up in Washington, make a product called the Guzzle H2O, and it comes in a small little, like a Pelican style case.
Okay.
And it has connections on each end. One is the input, one's the output. Inside the case is a rechargeable lithium battery, a filter, and a UV light. And you set this thing right down by the river. You drop the lead in there. You kick it on. This thing will pump 50 feet straight up vertical.
Oh, that you can't beat that. I
got to tell you, there's a few products that are just must for me, and it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but it's so well built. And they have you can have all the filters to change it. They have the pre-filter on the end for the creek side. But in one charge, I have filled an OP15 tank, the front and back tanks off of one charge, and that's 50 gallons.
That's a lot. That's a lot of water.
It charges off of just a 12-volt cigarette lighter, plug.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's called Guzzle H2O. It's one of my favorite products. It is probably the product that if I was going to go out and have to pick, honestly, I'd buy a ground tent, a cheap ass ground tent, and spend my money on Guzzle before I'd buy a big high dollar rooftop tent or anything like that. It's just that important to me. And so you should look at it because it's great.
Yeah, I'll hit you up on the side.
It pairs great with the Guzzle H2O because you can just get little bits of water along the way. And I know you cross some creeks and streams and things like that here. And it even has an adapter where you can put it on onto a faucet and it'll filter the water out of a faucet. So if you're in a remote area and you want to filter that.
Oh, okay. All right.
So take a look at their website. It's Guzzle H2O.
I'll check it out. I'll hit you up on the side for that for sure. Because
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely want to put that on my kids somewhere, even if it's just at home for a rainy day,
Well, it's I'll tell you what, I got one from Kristen and Sean, and somebody at Expo West last year decided they wanted it worse than I did. And so I got to get another one. I miss it. But, it just pairs great with the geyser. And I think Ashley's seen them. You've seen them, haven't you?
We've seen them. We've looked at them quite a few times.
Yeah. But
when we got the Cricket, we decided to hold off since it holds like 15 gallons.
That's another thing. Now for a camper, like if you're going to do a canopy, Nick.
Yeah.
If you have a built-in water tank, they've developed a new system that mounts onto the back wall. It's very compact. That's the thing about
very thin.
It's very compact, very thin, and it
All
pulls
right.
them out. And you hook it up, and it will filter the water going into your water tank every time.
So
Out. I'm sorry, it's out. I believe it is out.
well, that's what I'm looking for because I have a big, it's huge. It holds 10 gallons that I'm going to place against the wall. And I think it's like 3 inches wide.
Yeah.
But, and then obviously we're going to have, it gets very cold out here. So, and it freezes very often. So, we're going to basically make it like a house inside. We're not going to, sleep in there or anything, but food, everything's going to be in there. Nothing will freeze, no pipes or anything. But if we could put that unit in there and it could filter and pull water from a stream, that is the best right there.
It would take both their products to do that, but it would be easy for you to do. So you could filter it going in, but you could also set the new system they had is really made more, I think, for the RV market. To where you can just fill up your water tank at any old, faucet somewhere, and then it filters it as it comes out of the tank and does the whole process with I think it has the UV light and all. Either way, go take a look at what they got. You can send them a message. Kristen and Sean both are great about getting back to you, and it would make a good addition to your build. I can't say enough things about them. I send people to them all the time.
This is going to be this next build is going to be it for the truck till our family grows. But this is going to be very Aussie looking, like the tray and canopy over there. So I'm gonna copy a lot of their, because I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna copy a lot of their stuff, and then what I've learned over the 4 years, since I've been constantly camping, what we need, what we don't, and just send it, and I'll will the shit out of it, or will the crap out of the truck.
Okay, we don't beep it. Don't worry about it.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
You're
sorry.
Good.
You guys haven't, when I go willing personally, and when we're with close people, we don't hold back. If we want to go, we're exploratory people. We want to go check down what's that trail, or what's around the corner. We're going to go and find the most remote camps out here for sure. So if we have to go over an obstacle, we have to go over it.
I still want to come out and have you take me on to do the triple play on the trout.
Oh,
the what?
I haven't been fishing in forever, man. Maybe
we thought we were going to go. Yeah, last time we talked, we were going to go if I got out there, but I ended up having to pass through. I didn't even get to stop.
Well, whenever you come by, I'll take you to my favoriteest fishing holes, and you will definitely catch trout. Promise you.
Y'all have fun. I'm not fishing.
Why?
I don't remember the last time I went fishing. I was probably a kid.
Really? You don't know what you're missing. Or maybe
what am I
Sean
missing?
says it's been too long.
What's that?
Sean says it's been too long. It's probably been too long for him since he's been fishing.
Now, Michael up in Alaska, he says that he's got the fishing, and he does. I guess
he
up
does.
there where he's
yeah. Our trout over here on a good day is probably about 8 inches or so.
Hey, you know what? A fish is a fish, and as
long as
you're out fishing, it's good.
And you're in the middle of nowhere, so that's the best right there. And you're catching these trout in these streams that no one even knows about, really. And they don't have a vehicle to even get back there, which is even better, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
That would make it more enjoyable.
I agree, Ashley.
Yeah. That would definitely make it more enjoyable. But I'm going to be if I fish, it's going to be a catch and release because I don't eat them.
Why not?
I don't eat seafood at all.
Whatever we catch at night, that's when we have a nice, fish cookout basically on the grill over the fire.
You guys would have an overabundance if I ate, because I wouldn't eat any of it.
Have you tried it, or you just tried it and didn't like it?
I don't eat seafood, period.
What about fish taco?
Nope.
No,
Wait, do you not like the smell of it? Is that what it is?
When I was younger, I choked on a fish bone to the point where I turned purple before I was able to get it dislodged.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a traumatic experience that no, I don't do any sort of seafood.
I could see. Well, okay.
So what you're saying is you have horrible gag reflexes.
Well, I mean, there's that too. So you're welcome.
Damn,
Poor Jeff. He's so
Jeff,
sweet.
man, I'm sorry.
All right.
I own it. It's fine.
That was for Jeff.
He's probably over there shaking his head right now going, fuck, she said that out loud.
Probably.
Michael says, grow up. I know. Well, I guess I could see where if you had a bad experience, it would kind of put the damper on having or wanting to eat more fish. But I mean, honestly, trout cooked over an open fire, it's hard to beat.
Hard.
I mean, it's
Okay.
a little squeeze of lemon on it, and just that's
Yep.
it. A little pepper, man.
I'll just sit there and roast a weenie while y'all sit there and eat the fish. It's fine.
That's okay too. I mean, listen, I grew up on the ocean and lived on seafood, and at this point in my life, I don't eat all the stuff that I used to eat as a kid because I ate so much of it. I just like. Plus, in the middle of the U.S., you don't get the real good stuff anyway, right?
That's true. That's true. You never find trout in a restaurant.
Yeah, and
Very rarely, and it's probably days old.
Michael, rockfish tacos. That's what I'm talking about.
Chris wants to know when the next meetup is at Tap and Taco.
Oh, Tap and Taco here. So we have a Tap and Taco. It's a Mexican restaurant here in Rio Rancho, down the road from me. That place is fire, man. It is. Even on a Taco Tuesday, that's where you want to be.
Okay.
No kidding.
Even passing through, like if you're going north, like to like Farmington that way on 550, stop in. That's the place you want to be for sure.
I love finding places like that. Jeez.
So you guys want to know like a good camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to. Yeah.
I'll tell a secret.
Well, yeah, tell us the secret because that's what we were gonna do, but you know how the rabbit holes go.
Yeah, it's all right. Rabbit holes, it's okay. I'll throw a little crumb out there. So
Don't tease us. Come on.
if you are going through Abiquiu, past Abiquiu Lake, and you're going through Trauma, going north, hang a right like you're going to the dam from Heron Lake and I can't remember the other lake. There's a dam there. You're going to hang a left on a dirt road. I can't name the dirt road right now. I can't remember it. But if you send me a text or an email, I will definitely give you the deets. But if you go all the way down, you're going to camp along the Rio Trauma River. And if you hike from your camp, maybe a mile, if that, give or take, there is a natural hot spring along the river, probably, I don't know, 100 feet away, maybe 50 feet away, maybe.
Really?
And you'll be able to soak in the hot spring, watch the rafters go by, and it is perfect.
What's the name of the lake?
Okay, so I'm going to need you to email me the GPS coordinates for this. Okay, you have my email address. I'm going to need you to email it to me so that we can go.
Well, you gotta go # New Mexico Expedition. So
that's fine. I can do that when I'm there taking photos.
I have a Gaia map. I have Gaia. So Gaia is a supporter of New Mexico Expedition, and if you guys want the map, send me an email. I got you.
So we use Gaia. So yeah, go ahead. Send that one over to me.
There you go.
Lee's still trying to track it down on the computer.
I'm working on the map. I'm like, okay, I kind of got it.
He's completely checked out of the conversation, and he's playing on the map on the different screen.
Have you ever been to Largo Canyon?
Oh yeah, Largo Canyon.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's okay.
It's on my hit list.
There's better.
Okay.
There's better canyons, man.
Okay. Well, it was on my hit list, so.
Yeah. No, It's you could definitely go see it. It's cool, but there's very, very cool other canyons that are more remote.
I
What
need to
about-
know some good spots in Red River.
What about
The
Mount
weekend,
Taylor?
It wasn't the best time.
Mount Taylor full of Jeeps. Red River full of Jeeps and people. You want to come down south a little more. The Carson National Forest is more remote
Okay,
than this Carson.
good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
lot
it's full of
You know, I
Jeeps.
think
Like,
that's
it's just
one of
bad.
the things about New Mexico. Is people just don't. I didn't hear you, Ashley. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk. What'd you say?
This is why I don't talk, because you just run me over.
I didn't,
I was saying I love how Nicholas just was like, it's full of Jeeps. Just don't go. It's not worth it because it's full of Jeepers.
No, there's
Or Jeepers.
Mount Taylor, Red River, anywhere on that side, on that mountain right there,
Mhm.
full of Jeeps. I'm not bashing them. I love the Jeep group and all of them, but you're not going to find a remote camp there.
Okay.
On the other side, towards Taos, you'll find a stream that you could camp, but it's too close to the road. You'll have some people driving by, but it's still next to a stream. But Carson National Forest, the next mountain chain over past the valley, it's remote. You could get lost in there and no one will find you for sure. It's streams, lakes, good willing back in there. That's where you want to be as Carson. If you ever go to New Mexico, the Gila is nice, but there's only one. It's called the Northern Star Road. It was built in the 1800s. That's the only road going through there, so you can't get lost in the Gila National Forest. Only if you're on like the north side. You could get into like the smaller canyons and stuff, but not like the main Gila National Forest area. But yeah, I would say the Carson is the most remote. And if you like desert camping, we got a lot of that here. Even in like desert mountains kind of esque, you can find that here too.
Okay.
Donald says he said he needs this. He's never been really desert camped before.
Desert camping's different.
It is a little different. It's not hard. It's just a little different.
There's no trees, so you got to have an awning. It's very helpful. Carry your water, and that is it. There's nothing. It's all BLM land out here in the desert, basically, and you could do whatever you want. You know, go run some guns or do whatever you want to do in the middle of nowhere, which is nice here in New Mexico.
That is nice.
Yeah, you can go be a night goon if you want. So it's fun.
Yeah, everybody seems to be on the same page that Carson is beautiful.
The place to go.
Yeah,
it is.
That too, Ashley. Yeah.
Don't forget that.
What does it say? How do you keep the evil stinging?
He's talking about scorpions. How do you keep scorpions out of your campsite, out of your bags, and everything else?
I've never had scorpions in my campsite. I've not even in my campsite like snakes or anything like that, but I've encountered rattlesnakes out here and stuff like that. But that's not during the summer months. Obviously, I'm in the mountains, not in the desert.
Yeah.
So we don't encounter snakes like that. If I'm going to go in the desert, definitely I'm going to be aware. You could do like
shake your stuff out.
I think there's like around camp. I think not salt, but I think there's a different kind of herb that you can throw around camp that the snakes don't go through. Make a barrier. But
that's good to know.
Yeah, definitely Google that.
Corey says it's beautiful here in New Mexico. Everyone should come get a taste of it.
It is
very
beautiful.
what you wish for, dude.
Who said that?
Corey
Ryan.
Cheers, Corey.
I will agree. New Mexico is gorgeous. The Rama area where my mother-in-law's got her summer home, it's beautiful. Just stay away from the other area where we ended up by mistake. But I don't think New Mexico gets the credit that it deserves.
It doesn't. You're like really correct on that. Definitely. We have the most untamed like territory here for overlanding. You know, you could go anywhere you want here in New Mexico, which is so cool. And people just drive through it. That's okay. It's better for me. You know, I could go explore more things, go camp wherever I want without people invading my areas, right? So definitely you want to stop in New Mexico and at least spend a few days here and explore the mountains to the north, the desert to the south. There's so much history here, so many little ghost towns you go to that still have wood buildings and rock houses in these small ghost towns. Like we're very lucky here in New Mexico to have that, even though our government sucks, but we're very lucky.
Y'all got a crazy lady for a governor. That's all.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
The ghost town sounds like a lot of fun. Like I'd want to know where some of those are that you recommend going and hitting and camping by.
We got Riley down south. There's more towards the border. Cimarron. There's a hotel. What me and my wife do, we go to these hotels sometimes. Go, you know, if it's an old West hotel, we'll go in it. Anything 1800s, 1900s maybe, but 1800s we stop in. We got to sleep in it. You know, like we want to experience that whole culture. You know, it's like we want to see how they lived back in the day. You know, with these everything's old inside. All these New Mexico ghost towns, they still have the old stuff on the inside of the houses and the hotels and stuff, which is very awesome. You hardly find that unless if it's in a museum or something, right?
Right.
You go Cimarron, New Mexico. It's a haunted hotel. It's called St. James, and definitely stop in. You'll see bullet holes in the roof from Outlaw shooting another outlaw because he touched the rim of his hat, and he shot him, and he went to court, and the judge said, "Why'd you shoot him?" And he said, "I shot him because he touched his hat." And he's like, "What? Well, that doesn't mean anything." And he says, "Yeah, it does. He was fanning his hat, not touching it. He was fanning his hat." He's like, "Well, it was cold inside. Why would he be fanning his hat unless if he was making a distraction?" So he shot him and he got away with it. But there's holes in the roof of that saloon. There's all kinds of history here that if you're an overlander and you're really like out here exploring, those are the places you want to be. You want to check out, experience this culture out here. It's totally different than anywhere back east. You'll find it, you know, more west too, but back east you won't find that kind of stuff like that. Right. Where it's still there, you know. But exploring is overlanding, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. And I hate the word overlanding.
It's such a vague term. Lee and I were talking about that earlier.
Overlanding is it's overrated, like Lee said.
Yes.
Definitely. But we're explorers, you know, and I've been doing it since I was a kid here in New Mexico, and it's about the history. You know, you want to explore the history.
I think if people in every state took a minute to slow down instead of
passing,
you know, just you want to get on the trail and you want to get here to the camp. If you just take a minute, it's
just for the grams, you know, just for the pictures, you know, have a meaning for going camping. You know, you build these awesome rigs to get so remote, you know, just go out and explore, do it right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. If a person was leaving any of the surrounding states and their sole mission was to come to New Mexico and have the epic experience in a town, which town would it be?
Magdalena.
Magdalena.
Why
Yeah.
Magdalena?
So you have a ghost town to the south.
Okay.
They moved all the buildings from this mine to Magdalena. Literally all the not all the buildings you see now, but the old buildings you see, they moved them to Magdalena. There is a saloon. It's called the Golden Spur. It was not from the 1800s, but the owner there is super awesome. You've seen it in my video. Best bathrooms in the territory. They'll treat you good. But there's so much history in there. And you can just, I don't know, drive 10, 15 minutes to some mountains and be remote. You're so close to the Gila, to the Black Range. You're just right there, and there's history there. And then if you just drive, you got the big array, I think that's what they call it, or those satellite dishes. This is to the west of that. You go check that out. You know, you got Buffalo Bob, I think, or Buffalo Bill. He was an outlaw. He robbed a train in Belen, New Mexico, and he rode through there, hid some gold. There's a lot of history in that little square, like Belen, Socorro, Magdalena area.
I'm looking at that. That's stuck. It's like in a valley between the Cibola National Forest to the south, right?
Yep. Cibola.
Depends on where the hell you're from, I guess. But
I guess so. It's all right. Cheers for you. That place. It means a lot to me. It's a great place to go, even to pass through. You could go anywhere. There's Riley Ghost Town to the north, by the Ladrone Mountains. It's called Thieves Mountain because back in the 1800s, there was some gold that was stolen from a town, and the robbers hid it in that mountain and never has been found.
Awesome.
People, there's ranchers and people saying that they found the shaft where the robbers hid the gold inside the shaft.
Wow.
There's so much history in that little area right there. Even Butch Cassidy rode through there. They had Wyatt Earp rode through there after the shooting from the OK Corral. They rode. They took I don't know if they took a train or rode through there to Belen, New Mexico, and then they had to go up through to Cimarron, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much history in that little square right there. It's very nice to just be in that kind of territory.
My question for you, though, regarding that area, how touristy is it when you're there visiting before you go out?
No, nothing. Probably after this video, a lot more. But right
messed it all up.
But right now, there's no tourists. There's just people passing through.
Okay.
You won't find a camper in sight unless it's like a hunting guide or something like that out there. Yeah. But there's nobody out there. Here in New Mexico, you won't find tourists unless you are in Red River or Angel Fire or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good ways. That's a good ways out from you, too. I mean, that's a good ways down there in the southern part. So,
yeah,
that's pretty neat. I've often wondered if there was one place in New Mexico and you could go just make a beeline for that area, which area it would be.
Go there, get a nice drink, a good pizza, and then hit any way you want to go from there. You get remote.
Okay.
So there was I always like to go. I want to go to the higher elevations in the summer and get out of this Oklahoma crap. And I was looking at, I'm getting to that stage in life or age, I guess, where I've even looked at being like a camp host at some of these Forest Service places,
Oh, yeah.
And so I was looking at New Mexico. They had a job position. I think there's only one of two to man a fire tower in New Mexico.
Oh, is it the one in Daddle or where is it?
I don't remember where it's at. I'll look it up and I'll try to find it again. But anyway,
Dude,
that's some guy had been doing it for like 12 years.
Oh,
And,
I could definitely see that. That's probably a cush job too.
Yeah, and apparently you had to have 4-wheel drive vehicle. You know, they supply. I mean, they had solar power and they had all kind. It was set up, but you basically just hung out up at this. I think it was like 9,000 or 10,000 feet.
How long do you have to be there for?
And you had like 2 or 3 days out of the week you didn't have to be there.
That's kind of a single man's life, but
I'd go stir crazy. I couldn't do it.
Are you kidding me?
I would be there.
I'd still throw my Starlink up and I'd be live streaming, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, it was a really neat summer job. You just go hang out in the high elevations. It's cooler. And the girl that was posting it for the Forest Service or whatever, she posted these videos of the crazy storms coming through and watching the lightning, and she time lapsed like fast,
that would be gorgeous.
You probably will not see any other views like that if you're not in that place. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty crazy.
Joey says Pueblo Park Fire Tower is a sweet overlook. Okay.
All right.
But anyway, that was a job. And so I told my wife, I was like, hey, I need to leave for the summer. She's like, see you later. we'll come out and visit.
Get out of the house.
Yeah. But I think it was from March to September.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, so, I also forgot we have the oldest train here, or not the oldest, but the longest steam locomotive train here, the longest route in United States still running, the Cumbres and Toltec.
Really?
Yeah. So if you've probably seen,
ride on it?
Yeah, you could ride on it. You've probably seen some of our YouTube videos where we drove next to it and we have lunch there. We're getting away from the guided tours. We're not. I want to concentrate on like getting out personally and doing treasure hunting and stuff. We're getting away from the private guides, and we're gonna start doing the treasure hunting. But one of the private guides went through the Carson National Forest. It looped up, hit the steam train, Osher Pass, where they have lunch. We had lunch there at the station, and then you get to be like right touching the locomotive. The conductors are really cool people. They'll let you go up in there and touch things and open the fire gate, and it's an amazing experience. And then you could take off, go through Colorado, and then come back down New Mexico. That right there is one of the coolest routes that I've ever been on, just because there's something to look forward to. You get to go see this train.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Actually, you need to take the kids.
I would say the kids will like it.
Yes. If you're going to take the train and take the bus back. If you take the train both ways, you're going to be tired unless you have a flask.
Okay.
It's
good to know.
Pretty important. And that's where Indiana Jones filmed back in the day too. I can't remember what movie, but his house is still there at San Antonio, Colorado.
Okay.
The mailbox where it says Jones, and where he runs into the house, it's still up there. It's a B&B. You could go sleep there if you wanted to too.
Wow.
That's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, it still looks like the movie too. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, damn, we've busted an hour and 15 minutes, and it just that fast.
I know there's so much history, so much other stories I wanted to get to, but there's always another day.
There's always another day. Absolutely.
Yep. Have to have you back on.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashley, what else you got? Anything?
No, I'm actually looking forward to when I can plan a trip to come check out some different spots that are, not seeing family out there. So yeah.
What are the best months to wheel out there? I know you probably have some for the winter, some for the summer. So for the summer months that are coming up, what months? Any of the high elevation stuff?
You want to wait probably a couple more months to get higher elevation. What I'm seeing is obviously we're all seeing the weather changing. Who knows if it's global warming or if it's the government? Who knows, right? So it's very unpredictable. Honestly, it's very weird right now. But right now it's pretty good to be even north. Who knows? But in a couple months, up north will be perfect to go camping. You'll see snow here and there, but in the higher elevations, but you'll still be in the mountains.
Chris just asked about the eclipse. The southeast part of Oklahoma is going to be in the very center, the prime spot. And so if anybody wants to come out and see it, hit me up. I got a couple spots. We're going to go about 3 days early and camp out and stake out our place about 3 days early if we can. And
I'm not sure what we're planning to do yet because that falls. Emma's birthday is the day before.
Well, who cares?
So it's going to be try and convince her that we need to go camp first, and then we'll celebrate her birthday later.
We were camping last year on her birthday. Remember? She was unhappy, or was that?
No, that was Moore. Moore fell on her birthday, and she was ticked. She was pissed off about that.
Anyway, if anybody wants to come to Oklahoma, southeast Oklahoma, or even the southwestern part of Arkansas, where the main line for the eclipse is, let me know. I got a couple spots picked out. Like I said, we're going to go a few days early, set up a base camp, and wait 3 days for 15 minutes of hoorah.
Yeah, it's going to be a total blackout.
Yeah, it'll be kind of neat to see it. I want to time lapse it if I can, but. Nick, man, thanks for joining us tonight.
No problem. Hey,
tell
and
everybody where we can find you.
Yeah, if you need camps or anything like that here in New Mexico, even southern New Mexico, Utah, even Arizona, where I've been, just send me an email. I can send you a map where I've been, and just follow us on Facebook, Instagram. You can follow my personal page. It's Tactical Overlander. You'll see a lot of tactical stuff on there. But NewMexicoExpedition.com. You can find us, and we are always out in the woods all year round. This ain't a hobby. It's a lifestyle.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, so everybody go out, make sure you follow their pages and all that kind of stuff so you can keep updated with it. Do us a favor if you would, folks. Head over to iTunes and check out our podcast. We take these episodes and we turn them into podcasts. Leave us a review, follow us on all the socials. It's Overland Radio. And thanks for joining us and watching us. Ashley, what do you got?
That's it. Looking forward to getting those coordinates for that one with the hot springs. Just gonna throw that back out there. I'm waiting for it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to come checking out New Mexico some more. And
Lee, I'm going to hold you to come trout fishing. Yes.
Yeah, it's got to happen. And I'll tell you, once we get off the air, I got a couple other stories I'll tell you that probably would bore everybody else. But listen, really and truly, everybody listening and watching, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yes,
and Ashley, thanks for hanging out and co-hosting with me and taking the abuse that we like to give you. And Nick, thanks again. It was great to see you, and we'll see
you guys on the trail.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
We got more stuff to talk about. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.